So the first thing that I'm hearing is, I'm almost there, almost there. That's what I heard. So if this message is finding you, you're almost there. And I don't think it's like an almost there is like, oh, you have to wait long or you have to wait for this or wait for that. There doesn't really feel like anything waiting necessarily. It just feels like the anticipation is done. The anticipation is over. I'm hearing like a knock on the door or like some like a delivery, like a special delivery. For some reason, milk is coming into my mind, or like the milkman, like in olden times where he would deliver the milk to the door. So this is something that's being brought right to your door. And so it started out with me channeling, but I feel like this card is very significant and it says the impossible made possible. I feel like there's this energy about like your purpose being possibly something that maybe confused you for a while because maybe you thought it was one thing, but then it kind of like transferred into something else. And then you were like, well, if this is what I'm supposed to do, then I guess I should let go of the other thing and like that should move on. But then Source is like, actually, you're meant to do all of them. But like, it's not conventional to be someone who is involved in like all these things, right? Who does all this stuff. Like, it's not conventional. And Source is saying that like a lot of people might call it unfocused or confused, but the thing is, you've always known that you were meant to operate this way. Like, you've always had this ability to kind of like tick 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 tick, you know, do a bunch of different things at once. So Source is saying lean into that more. I just feel like you're someone who is meant to be paid to just be themselves. Like, I don't know if that's something you've been manifesting or you've been saying to yourself, but it really does feel like you are that person, that percentage, you know. And I don't feel like that's a large percentage of the population, at least not right now. I think it's expanding for sure. Once we, you know, all ascend and elevate ourselves and our mindsets around what is possible for us. But you are this like small percentage of people who really does get paid to just be them. Like, it really like doesn't mean you have, like, you don't really have to do more than just learning to be yourself. But I feel like over time, like, that has been a journey in itself for you, is learning to be yourself or leaning into being yourself, letting yourself fully blossom. So that might have been honestly a lot of work in itself to do. So nose, I'm hearing light work, you know. I think that's Wale. So Wale could be significant as well. Maybe DC because he's from DC. Ooh. Yeah, I just feel like you're somebody who is definitely getting in that mode of like understanding how the universe works, and that, you know, energy is reciprocal. So like when you put out the right energy, like it's like you are believing. I just feel like you're believing in miracles right now. But when you put out that right energy, it like comes right back to you, especially if it has the right intention behind it. And I don't say this with lightness. Again, this is something that you've really had to put your head down and figure out how to do and how it works for you. Because I feel like your manifestation technique is very unique. It's not just like a, I say it into the world and then it pops into the, you know, like, it's not like that. Like, you have a very interesting process of how you bring things into your reality, and you're just kind of nailing it. Like, you're just nailing it down. But Source is saying like the impossible made possible, right? The impossible made possible. She's saying to read from the book. So I'm going to read from this book for a second, just so I can give you a little insight on what it says. Give me one sec. Sorry, guys. I wasn't prepared to do that, but she spins this great earth goddess upon invisible strings amongst a wildly pulsating ballet of life. Stars are born, live and die all around her. Life moves in constant flux, and she still spins in her great, loving, constant pirouette. How can this be? All of creation is born from nothing. Out of endless silence and darkness, light emerges. Whoa. What strange magic is this? So I feel like, again, like I told you, you have a very unique, like, this is a very unique path. And also, if you've ever had the urge to like compare your path with other people, it just never lined up. Like, no one has been, even maybe you've been looking for a mentor, an example, or someone to kind of like show you the way, but you've always been like kind of pushed as a trailblazer to kind of figure it out and do it yourself. And this is what Source is saying right here, is that like, it might have even felt impossible sometimes, like you were walking through freaking like quicksand, right? Like you were just trying to move forward and you're getting pulled back down. But Source is saying like that was building your strength, right? In those moments where you're in that quicksand and you're trying to push and move, your muscles were growing, right? So that's the energy, is like, she's like, this is, it seemed impossible, but like soon your strength will progress you to these next spaces. And like, Okay, let me just keep it. Okay, let me keep going. Let me see if there's anything else here. We only limit what we believe to be possible by our lack of imagination. The divine has recourse to all that is and all that is yet to be. Is there any limit to the resources of the heavens? No. So then, why has not every impossible dream now be rendered possible, indeed manifest in shining glory upon the earth? The human heart knows everything in vision can manifest according to divine timing and grace. Yet the mind does quake with fear, so much that it will not listen to the heart at times. The fear is like a childlike nightmare. That should you offer yourself up to the sacred loving power of the great creator, you might be found to be lacking. The mind holds itself captive with dark fantasies of that profound rejection and then avoids confronting it directly at all costs. It creates barriers instead, truly nothing more than lines in the sand and yet believed to be forts. Wow. Truly nothing but lines in the sand, but yet believed to be forts. So if there's any fears or anything that you've been having around your life in general, creation of like what you're able to do in this lifetime, the magnitude of your power is insane. But again, I keep getting that same message over and over again. Source says that you will not abuse it. You are the kind of person that is able to wield magnanimous power because you will not abuse it. So, and she's saying that's the end of the message. So I'm going to end this here. I love you so much, soul family. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care and do not get scammed by all these scammers out here. Also, make sure to follow me on all social media platforms. I love you. Let's stay in touch. Until next time. Bye.